What's up, guys? Katy J The Indigo here at Holy Hestia 777. So God woke me up 5 o'clock this morning to give you guys this download. No cards, no crystals, no assistive devices of any kind or anything like that. This is straight on from on high, okay? So God wanted me to let you know that there's a lot of people questioning why Donald Trump put Elon Musk in his cabinet. So I want to back you guys up a little bit so I can pull you forward and then we can move along, right? So you guys remember when Elon Musk released all of those drones? Well, I got to take you back. I got to digress a little bit more, right? God's telling me to digress a bit more. So do you guys recall when they announced that there was a alien like battalion or whatever, a fleet of UFOs that were on the way here, including the mothership? Do you guys recall that? Okay, now if you've been paying attention to science like stuff like I do, the articles will pop up in your news feed, like on your when you're in your browser, right? And do you guys, if any of you have that happen, right? You're a science nerd like I am, so they go, of course, based on what you typically look up and things like that, or things that you tend to show interest in. So what else popped up on my news feed was the fact that they had discovered that there was a planet that was like 4 billion miles away, billion million, right? That was a damn near exact replica of Earth, where they picked up on signs of life and they saw like city lights and things like that. Okay, now if you guys were wondering where our ancestors went, that's where the fuck they went. Okay, keep up with me and I'm going to bless you. Now they said that that is on the way. Yes, okay. And then after that, Elon Musk released all them damn drones, which freaked people out, right? Because they're like, oh my god, they're here. That's no. But that was the purpose of it, just so you know, was to see if they could gaslight you into believing that this was what it was. And since it worked, they went ahead, proceeded with their plan, right? So then after that, correct, we got into these dumbass projections, right? Where we got celebrities, okay, projecting UFOs, okay, and themselves going into them or coming out of them, right, into the freaking sky. Okay, whatever happened to a freaking screen, right? Why gotta be in the sky? Why are you guys doing this? And then it's so realistic and three-dimensional that people were questioning their freaking sanity. Like, is this real right now? Like, they had people running into their homes fucking scared because they're thinking it's a real ass mothership flying over their heads picking up people, and it's not. It's just it's tricks of the light. It's just lasers and lights and LEDs and shit, right? Okay, so here's why Elon Musk is in Donald Trump's cabinet. Um, so if you guys are familiar with the Illuminati card game, if you're not, I suggest you get familiar real fucking fast, okay? Because that's gonna tell you what's happening next. All right. So also pay attention. To some celestial events and things like that. Pay attention to when these things take place, okay? If you don't study astrology and astronomy, I suggest you fucking start, okay? Pay very close attention to the constellations, the position of the planet, what's going on with us electromagnetically at the time when they decide to do this shit. Pay attention to the dates, the numbers of the dates, because that's significant to them. It should be significant to us as well, okay? Start adding it up in your head, right? And then, so the reason being is because you guys already know that they plan on faking, the whole UFO meeting of the, yeah, no, do not fall for that. Do not fall for that, because they're not only planning to use that projection to gaslight the entire population into thinking that we're being invaded and that they're evil and da 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 da. Because if you guys look back in history, when the hell have our ancestors had a negative encounter with other alien beings? Just somebody tell me when, because the last time I checked in all the artifacts and scriptures and ancient scriptures and things like that along the ancient tablets and whatnot, they've only ever had quite, um, I would say, enlightening experiences with them. They brought us so much. So I don't see like why anybody would fall for that, but I guess whatever, right? That's why they keep us with the phones and the distractions and things like that. They wanted to turn us into sheeple. That's why they keep making our phones more and more radioactive and keep giving us reasons to constantly be on them so that they can continue to have us voluntarily fry our pineal glands. Okay? Keep up with me and I'm going to bless you. Okay, so Elon Musk's job is going to be creating an image, okay, mastering this projection technology, okay, so that they can not only project that into the sky, right? But they're also going to fake the Great Purge, okay? They're going to fake that. They're going to fake the rapture, okay? They're gonna make because they're gonna want to make people feel like crap, okay? They're gonna want them to see them as saviors, okay? So they're gonna be like, oh, why didn't I get saved? Honey, nobody went up there. It was a big ass illusion. Do not believe that shit when you see it. Okay. Secondly, they're going to also, after that, fake the coming of God. I had a dream. Okay. It was a precognitive dream because I could tell it was super clear. There wasn't any cloudiness or anything going on, but it was super, early in the morning. The sky was still dumb dark, right? Um, and I saw two helicopters in the sky, right? Facing each other, and they had red lights on them, right? And they were pointing though the spotlights at this thing that I noticed it wasn't reflecting the spotlight. So if it's real, why is it not reflecting light? But what I saw was a big red face in the clouds, and it looked like one of them CGI three-dimensional things. Like at first I thought it was God. Like I'm not gonna hold you. At first I was like, oh my God, it's God. But then I really looked at it. My scientific mind kicked in, and I was like, they are fucking with us. Like that is ridiculous. And a lot of people fell for it. I was flabbergasted at how many people freaking fell for it. And I'm getting into the car with a friend of mine in this dream, and I'm like, bro, don't believe that shit. We need to keep going. And they're just like, no, it's God. And I'm just like, I'm going to smack you and get out of this car. Like, can you, dude? The CGI was so cheap, but I'm not going to lie to you though. The way that they projected it, it looked almost believable. And that's why they keep wasting our tax dollars instead of making real discoveries, doing these dumbass experiments that are not helping anybody. Okay, it's not helping us get world peace. It is not helping us solve world hunger. This shit is not helping us clean up our environment. It's not assisting in our survival at all. But what it is doing is playing into their stupid ass game and ensuring the survival of their goddamn assets. And that's all it's doing. And then pay attention to why they want to get off of this planet. Okay? We're going to talk about that. Okay? They don't freaking belong here. Okay? Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are offended by this, but if you're offended by it, I'm going to need you to dig a little deeper, okay? I need you to dig a little deeper, get up off your feelings so you can accept the fucking truth, all right? And that's all I'm giving here. And then multiracial person. So don't fucking go there, okay? Anyway, um so in case I don't know if you guys have noticed, right? But the beings that they keep talking about are the evil ones, are the ones that are ruling our world right now. They're the ones that sit in our politician seats. They're the pale faces, okay? And the reason that the pale faces are significant and the reason that the blonde hair, blue eyed thing is so significant is because that's them. That's the freaking weirdos, right? That's the people that don't belong here. If you ever notice that the planet was warm before they got here, right? Everything was fine and freaking dandy, okay? Everybody who belongs here is freaking melanated. You can find the same tones in our skin in the ground beneath you, okay? You can find the same shades. The deeper you dig, okay, the more you will find. And you'll find that our complexions match that, all right? Now, you'll find that the same minerals and ore and things like that that you find within the earth are also found in our blood. It's because we belong here. We're indigenous to this planet and we're melanated because it's a warm place. The complexions vary based on how much sunlight we're exposed to in these places, okay? Because if, like, say if you live in a forest, like I'm the kind of person that you would possibly find in the forest. For example, look at the people that live in the Amazon. The reason that their complexion is a little bit lighter is because they're constantly covered by the canopy. However, they still need the melanin because they live in a very humid and warm, sunny place. Okay, if you notice that people um, that live in places of parts of Africa that get even more sunlight. They're exposed to even more sunlight. It's hotter there, right? They have even darker complexions. Why? Because they need the freaking melanin, okay? That's why. To help us absorb the vitamin D from the sunlight, okay? We also get that as well. We also are easily connected. Our hair, certain textures and things like that are easily connected to the Earth's vibration, hence the Tesla coil. There's a reason why those fucking mechanisms are not straight. Keep up with me and I'm going to bless you. Okay, so they keep all this information away from us as much as possible, and they start things about they do things. They put out propaganda as a way to divide and conquer. Because if you guys ever think about it, the people of color actually outnumber them by a freaking landslide, and they keep trying to take our numbers down, and they keep brainwashing us into doing it by giving us reasons to look at each other as filth. We all bleed the same color, okay? Like we all have the same issues. We might have different ways of life, but if you look at it, in all actuality, we kind of don't. We might have cultural differences, but if you really look at the reality of the situation, we don't. There's not much differences at all. Okay? Like Asian kids get their ass beat, black kids get their ass beat. My children's godfather is Indian, and he talked to me about how his mom used to whoop his ass when he was acting stupid. Like it's across the board, okay? As a child, like it's across the board, okay? Um, the only ones that are different are the ones that don't belong here. And if you notice, they've been doing more and more, spraying more and more chemicals to terraform the earth so it can be comfortable for them. See, now they're at the point where they done fucked it up. And they want to blame us and they want us to be responsible for fixing it. Okay, but the earth is returning back to the way God intended it to be. So they're not going to be able to survive here much longer, which is why, a big reason why ET is trying to phone the fuck home, okay? But the problem is they destroyed their home planet. They did the same shit where they were from and fucked it up. They can't live there anymore. They can't go back. So what are they doing? Fucking colonizing. So the word colonizer, that's why when you call white people colonizers, okay, and you can tell which ones have that mindset. You can tell which ones are really there, right? Because they feel the need to come into your life and they feel the need to dominate and they feel the need to demand things from you and just kind of overtake whatever you have going on, right? Okay, see, that's they feel the need to infringe upon you, okay, and your culture and what you're doing, right? So that's our knowledge, right? So and then they claim it all the time for themselves, and it's like they when we figure out, okay, when we started doing our own research and we started putting out there that, hey, this is not what's going on, you guys are liars, all right, you sit here and you massacred us, okay, you commit so much genocide and you sit here and you point the finger at us and say we're the aggressive ones. However, we're not the ones out here attacking people because of the color of their skin. All right, we're not the ones out here claiming that people should be treated differently or they should be attacked because of what they believe in or um or mainly like we're not the racial ones here. We're not the racists here. And then racism did not exist until you fuckers got here. All right, so let's keep it all the way a stack. That's why they get so mad when people of color speak out about the true history and what's actually going on. They want to degrade us and they want to tell us, oh, your IQ is lower than ours, when actually it's the total freaking opposite. And then black people are the advanced civilization that they came to figure everything out. We taught them everything, okay? We taught them everything. Without us, you guys wouldn't even know what the hell soap is. So how is it that our IQ is lower than yours and you wouldn't have shit without us? Like, let's be so fucking for real. Okay? So they flip the script in history, and then also Let's take a look at why they burned so much of the history books, why they took away any kind of evidence of the truth, okay? And then they forced us into a religion that condemns us for being us. And people still follow it, especially black people. They still follow it to this day. And it makes no sense to me. Like, why would you accept something like that? Like when I walk into people's homes and I see pictures of quote unquote Jesus, and he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes and things like that, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm so serious. Like, because even in the Bible it says, like, what, you know what, forget the Bible, okay? We're going to go back to things that predate the Bible, okay? Because let's talk about how the fact that all of that was stolen from ancient civilizations that predate them by thousands of freaking years, okay? And you know who started that? You know who they stole that from? Us. Okay? The brown peoples, the different shades of brown peoples, okay? And if you look up, like I said, the different shades of brown, things like sienna, things like that, you can see, or like red clay complexion, like you can find red, like there's people that have kind of a red undertone to their skin. And they find that to be, and that's why you can't call people redskins, because that is offensive. That is not their name, okay? You're calling somebody the color of dirt, and it's not our fault that we freaking belong here and you don't, okay? That's not our fault at all. They put the pollution in the air. These things are polluting us because we don't need it. Okay? We're absolutely fine in our own natural environment. They're doing this crap to make it so it's suitable for them, and it's not working anymore. God is healing the planet. Okay? God is healing the hearts of the people. We are coming together. We're finding more and more reasons to come together. And if you guys ever take notice, okay, excuse me, the second people find a reason to come together, like right after the whole spiritual awakening happened, where everybody got into crystals and things like that, they immediately started a freaking race war, like immediately. And then they followed it up with the LGBTQ shit. Like, it has to stop. It has to. I need you guys to wake up and stop paying attention to that crap, the divide and conquer tactics, and start finding reasons to come together with your fellow man, because that is the thing that they fucking fear the most. Okay, they fear us coming together with our fellow natives and Asians and Africans and the Amazonian, yes, Hispanics. Like, they fear us, the people of color, coming together, because we outnumber their asses. We ever find a reason to come together? Like, we ever just put the bullshit that they put between us aside and just recognize it for the propaganda that it is, and be like, you know what, I'm not going to pay attention to it. If we ever start to grow and flow as a collective, they're in trouble, and they freaking know that. So I need you guys, God wants us to wake the fuck up. Seriously. Start paying attention, okay? Start reading more than just the Bible. There's so much truth out there. There's 87 books missing from the Bible, okay? Why are there 87 goddamn books missing from the Bible and the Pope never said shit? Why is that? Then all of a sudden we start finding things on our own and they want to come out with it. Are you fucking for real? They want to piecemeal us the information because they want to decide what we know, how we know, and when, so that they can control the information that we're getting. They don't want us woke out here. They don't want us making clear-cut conscious decisions. Okay? They don't want our pineal glands growing. They don't want us functioning from the energy of God. They don't want us to see the reality that we live in. I want you guys to do me, God, and yourselves a huge ass favor, right? Break the fucking matrix, so we can go the fuck home. Love you guys. KJ out. Bye.